Greetings, Ian from R.T.O here. Welcome to a new album review. So it means it's Friday, and today is an album that everyone thought we was going to be doing, the new Arena album, but I went to get all the stuff ready and then listen to it, and they've put it back till the 21st of October. But luckily another album came out last Friday, and it was this one, Megadeath's album, the Sick, the Dying and the Dead. This is their 16th album, believe it or not. As usual, different lineup. I've got a new drummer called Dirk Verberen. This is Keto Lurierio's second album. And it's 6 years since Dystopia. Can't believe it's that long. And it's the first album since 2011 not to feature founding bassist, who was dismissed from the band during the production. The torment of Megadeath continues. So who plays on this? Well, obviously it's Dave Mustaine on lead vocals, lead and rhythm guitars, Kiko Loureiro on lead guitar and backing vocals, and flute, apparently. Dirk Verberen on drums, and we've got some additional people on here. We've got Steve DeGorio playing bass. We've got Brendan Ray additional vocals, Eric Darkin on percussion, Roger Lima keyboards and effects, Ice-T on guest vocals on Night Stalkers. Ooh, remember the last time Ice-T went on a metal rock album? Yes, wasn't very good. Produced by Dave Mustaine and Chris Rakestraw. So this album opens up with the title track, The Sick, the Dying and the Dead. Starts off with some atmospheric bells and wind, bit mighty and Bring Out Your Dead, bit like Monty Python, you know, that sort of Bring Out Your Dead. The bell is really something. It really gives this track some atmosphere, and then it just goes into some great riffing. You know, after all these years they can still put out the riffs, and Dave Mustaine's voice, it really does sound good after all these years. It's got some nice riffs, some nice guitar work here from Kiko as well. It's a very good track. I really enjoyed that one. Second track is called Life in Hell. It's just got that classic Megadeath sound. You've got Dave Mustaine's gravelly old voice. It still sounds good. Probably not as high as it was, but it still sounds good, and it does. You don't sit there going, "Oh dear," but no, because I half expected it to be, in all honesty. But no, he sounds all right on that. Then we get Night Stalkers. Now this is the one that does feature Ice-T. Now the last time Ice-T went on a song, it was with Black Sabbath, and it wasn't very good. And when I thought, oh God, what are they doing? But the rap bit he does actually fits in with the song. Okay, this song is not my favourite on the album by any means, but it does actually work. A lot better. I don't know if he learned from the Black Sabbath back then, but it actually fits in with the track. And as I said, it's not my favourite track on the album, but it's solid enough. Then we get Dogs of Chernobyl. Now this is one of my favourite tracks. Lots of atmosphere on here, some good riffs, and some great drumming here from their new drummer Dirk Verberen. Really solid drums. There's an amazing drum bit in the middle of this, and then we get them, you know, them sort of trademark thrash metal riffs. There's nothing wrong with that one at all. I quite like that one. Then we get Sacrifice. this is one track that Dave's vocals don't sound very good. He struggles a little bit on this. I think he was going a little bit higher than he should really, and he couldn't quite hit the notes like he did back in the day. But then again, he is a lot older, so I'll forgive him for that. But note to self: don't play songs in keys I can't reach. Then we get Junkie. It's a bit of one of the friendly, commercially type sounds, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's very mainstream metal, but it's a solid, catchy tune, and I've got no problem with that. And then we get a little short thing called Psychopathy. It's one of them intro things. Some nice guitar work here from Kiko. Killing Time's the next one. Solid enough track. A good solid vocal from Dave. Although you can tell he's older, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's just solid. Then we get Soldier On. Great track. Basic. It's good old-fashioned Megadeath. Listen to it and you know it's Megadeath. You know, it's that sort of track. Then we get Celeb. Oh, still struggle with certain words. Célebutante, and sorry if I mispronounced that, folks. Solid track, really nice riffs. Like that track as well. And the last track on here is Mission to Mars. This is my favourite track. Now this bass line from, I think it must be Steve Gregorio, is amazing. And then you get this little keyboard bit from the sort of dancey 80s sound, and it actually fits. It's a really strong song. And then you get some great guitar work here from Kiko. The guitar solo is pretty good. I just really like this. It's a bit unusual with some different sort of textures and sounds, but it really works, and I was really surprised. Good way to end the album. Okay, if you was expecting Dave Mustaine to sound like he did on Peace Sells, you're not going to get that. So when you listen to this, don't expect that. But what you can get is a solid metal album for Megadeath. Probably their best one in a little while, I think. I think Dave Mustaine, considering the style that he sings, his voice is holding out. I don't know how much longer it will, but for this one it really does. They've stuck to their roots. They don't go off to kilter. They've always stuck with their signature sound. And do you want anything different? No, not really. I mean, I think everyone sort of knows that out of Metallica and Megadeth, I'm sort of more in the Megadeth camp, because they never went off what they did, and I always thought they were more melodic, actually. You know, even with Ice-T on here, that you know, it's not the best track on the album, as I said, but I do appreciate what what they did on this. You know, I've got no problem with it. I wouldn't say it's a classic Megadeth album, but it's not a bad album. It's just a very solid thrash metal album, and does exactly what it says on the tin. So for this one, I'm going to give this an R.T.O ranking of 7.5. And I know we've ranked the albums. I would say this has probably come somewhere in the top 10 or just outside the top 10. I've listened to it a few times now, and the more I listen to it, the more that I really like it. I prefer it to Dystopia. It's a really good album, so go and check it out. I'll put some tracks as usual in the playlist, but go and check it out yourself, especially if you doubted about it, because I was. I'll be honest, I was, oh, is this going to be as good as what they used to be. Yeah, the sound's still there, you know it's Megadeath, which is quite soothing in these times. Okay, that's all for the regular week, but tomorrow we have got a special for you. It's another special between myself and Mr. Richard McCook, and tomorrow we're going to look at our favourite #1 songs from the 1970s. It'll be out probably sometime tomorrow afternoon because we are recording at 11 o'clock, so it's yours truly doing all the editing, so I'll try and get it out before tea time tomorrow. So looking forward to that one, as I ever do with Richard, so it'll be up tomorrow. If not, have a good weekend, everyone. Got all sport on again. We got plenty, you know, rugby starts up properly, WSL and Premier League football and all sorts going on. So I'll be back on Monday, and on Monday we're starting off with a viewer's request, and a real challenge to me this one was, and it's Captain Beefheart, ranking the albums of Captain Beefheart, and then classic album next week is Double Fantasy by John Lennon. So I'll see you all tomorrow, if not on Monday. So have a good weekend, everyone. Bye for now.